One thing that happens when you deal with toxic people is they take away your feeling of readiness. Like if you don't feel ready to do something, if you always feel like you're overwhelmed and you just can't get out of bed, you can't get stuff done, then they can pretty much steal your whole life, you know? And it comes from battling them day to day. Once you argue with somebody, you fight them off, it's like your fire starts to cool and you're just not ready to deal with the rest of the world. You don't want to go back out. You want to stay in bed or stay, by yourself and just kind of lick your wounds. And the problem is that there's a program in your mind that's started, thousands of years ago, where if you feel enough stress, then your mind is going to make you go to a safe place, but it also starts trying to get you to start preparing for being able to last as long as you possibly can. So then you start eating high calorie foods, so you start storing fat and things like that. And that's not the most productive program, when it comes to the life that we live nowadays. Like it's productive as far as trying to survive really long, but um, you're not really in a life or death thing. It's more or less the narc trying to put you in that mindset. They try to do that to you on purpose so that your life starts going down the drain because you're not getting stuff done. You aren't, prepared. If you don't have like a family or a support system that can help you out, you need to be ahead of everything. You need to be on top of everything, thinking everything through, planning all the way till the end, and making sure that things go right. You have a backup plan, a backup plan for your backup plan. You have insurance, so that you can catch yourself if you need to, right? But again, if they're taking away your feeling of readiness, then you're not going to get all that done, and then eventually at some point you might fail, you might fall, and it'll be their fault. So what do you do about that? Well, for one of the main things that helps me is doing a lot of body scans. Like I talked a lot earlier in my channel about feeling your emotions rather than trying to deny them, and just feel like, okay, where in my body do I feel this, whatever feeling it is, whether it's fear or whatever, that's causing me to stay in this, position. I'm not really doing anything. I'm staying in a safe place. Why do I feel this way, right? And I just scan my body till I feel that, and I just kind of wait with that emotion until it goes away. Like I just feel that, I don't judge it, and eventually it'll die down, Another technique is to stomp the ground, like start grounding yourself. Like there's something about stomping, like tribal people would do that when they're preparing for warfare. Um, they stomp, they jump up and down and just pound their feet on the ground. And it just makes you feel like ready, And with us, it could be something small, like not wanting to go check the mail or not wanting to make a phone call. And if it works for them, like for war, then of course it'll work for us. It'll be really effective. The other thing that you can do, which is really important, is getting your mind organized, like talking to somebody. That's super important. Talk to someone. If you have nobody to talk into a recorder or write a journal, whatever you have to do to like talk things out, because it's like your mind gets really disorganized, you know what I'm saying? Like with all the stuff coming at you a million miles an hour, and you're like fragmented, so it's hard to gain the strength and the willpower because you're not focused and things like that to get up and do the thing that you need to do, right? Or just be able to, I mean, you can eventually force yourself to do it, but even those few moments of just hesitating because you're just like, I don't want to, you know, that steals your time, So just to be able to just get up and go when you need to go is important. So, like being able to organize your thoughts. It's the same thing as when you're organized on your desk. You know where everything is. You go straight to it, and you're able to get things done faster. Same thing with your thoughts. Like, you're bridging the gap between your subconscious and your conscious mind. You know, you're becoming one. You're bridging that gap, just by being able to talk and understand yourself, understand what's going on. And a lot of times, what really helps is explaining what's going on with you and being able to say it again, like in a recorder or in your journal, like where you write it, you read it again, you might not get it exactly right, and you're like, you know what, I'm gonna polish it up. Like, as you polish it and you become more clear on what's going on, you know, just having a clear mind, that clears your mind by being able to be succinct and crystal clear on what's going on with you. Again, that builds readiness, you know. And finally, like, using imagery, you know, just imagining yourself doing the thing that you need to do. And you can do that ahead of time, you know. Before you start your day, you sit down for a moment and just imagine everything that you need to do that day, right? And then another thing is using rewinds, like seeing it yourself do it, but backwards. Like, for some reason, that really helps a lot. It takes away a lot of the fear, because we're all motivated by our fears, one way or another. That's like the most powerful motivator. So if you aren't doing something that you really need to do, somewhere inside of you, there's fear. So the best way to do it, I think, as far as dealing with fear, is a NLP technique where, like I said, you watch yourself do the thing that you've been putting off in reverse. And you don't try to make it personal, like you see it from a distance in your mind. You could even watch yourself watching it in a movie theater, you know, so you're really like in the third person, but you want to see it, you know, from a distance, not through your own eyes. You want to see yourself doing it, right? And gray it out, make sure you see it in black and white so it's not as vivid. Make the image really fuzzy. The voice is real squeaky, you know, that rewind squeaky voice, and see yourself doing it in reverse and getting through it safely. Like, seeing yourself walk away safely in reverse is like very important. And just over and over again, make it faster and faster and faster until it's like a few seconds to see the whole thing. And then eventually you won't have as much fear when it comes to that anymore. And that's all I got for you right now, but I want to make sure that you guys subscribe. I put it together a playlist. I'm gonna put it in my description, which is like the most important videos to watch from my channel. So if you're new to this, make sure you watch all those videos so you're caught up, you got all the game that you need. Also, everybody, make sure you subscribe and hit the like button. I want to see if I can get like 200 likes on this video. You guys can make it happen. Thanks for smashing the like button. Thanks for your loyal support. And that's all I got. Peace.